You're 18 miles into a marathon. Your legs are heavy. Sweat is dripping. But you trained for this, so you got this. You got a belt full of energy gels, those little silver packets promising rocket fuel in syrup form. You tear one open, squeeze it down, and wait for the magic to happen. But instead of magic, you get cramps, your stomach twists, your pace slows, and within minutes, you're eyeing the nearest porta potty like it's your finish line. And this sounds dramatic. It isn't. Studies show that 30 to 50% of endurance athletes report moderate to severe gastrointestinal symptoms during competition, often triggered by energy gels and carb dense drinks. One marathon runner reported severe abdominal cramping and diarrhea mid race after consuming multiple glucose only gels without enough water. Here's the problem: a bottleneck in glucose absorption that pulled water into the intestine, causing disaster instead of energy. So that is what happened to that runner. All that glucose pulled the water from his intestines and caused a disaster instead of the energy that he or she was seeking. In ultra marathons, the numbers are even scarier for those participants. Up to 96% of athletes report some level of GI distress, often from over-concentrated gels or poor timing. Energy gels promise to keep you fueled, but for many, they're not a shortcut to performance. They're a shortcut to the restroom. Today, we're unpacking why energy gels don't work for everyone and what vegetarian athletes can use instead. Because there's nothing worse than putting in months of training only to be derailed by your stomach. Energy gels are essentially concentrated carbohydrates, packed for convenience. They're designed to deliver fast absorbing glucose or glucose fructose mixes into the bloodstream during endurance events. The science behind them makes sense. During long bouts of exercise, glycogen, the carbohydrate stored in your muscles and liver, it runs out. Once glycogen drops too low, you hit the wall. Energy gels provide a quick sugar stream to delay that wall, keeping blood glucose steady and fueling muscles and the brain. When used correctly, spaced out, paired with water, in trained athletes, gels can improve performance, increase time to exhaustion, and maintain mental clarity. On paper, they're brilliant, but in practice, not so much. Not everyone's body plays along with what's on paper. Here's why those energy gels don't work for everyone. I just discussed one, the gastrointestinal distress that you experience from those energy gels. That's the most common reason energy gels fail. Gels vary massively in composition: glucose, maltodextrin, fructose, and in osmolality, the concentration of particles in solution. High osmolality gels draw water into the intestines, causing bloating, cramping, nausea, or diarrhea. When you're running or cycling hard, blood is shunted away from the gut toward working muscles. Your digestive system is already compromised. Add a sticky, high sugar syrup, and your gut waves the white flag. It's about to cause you some problems mid race. Number two, label inaccuracies. You might think you're getting 25 grams of carbohydrate per packet, but independent testing shows some gels deliver far less than advertised. That means you're underfueling even when you think you're on track. For an endurance athlete, counting on every gram of carbohydrates, that's not a minor detail. It's the difference between finishing strong and fading hard. Number three is timing and frequency issues. Gels need to be taken regularly, every 30 to 45 minutes, with water. Take them too late and your glycogen drops before the gel can be absorbed. Take too many at once and your gut revolts. It's a tightrope act, and not everyone can balance. Every athlete's gut is unique, like people are. Some people can down a gel every 20 minutes and feel fine. Others take one and they're done for the day. Factors at play here: carb oxidation rates. Some athletes can burn more carbohydrate per minute than others. If your burn rate is lower, excess sugar lingers in the gut. Hydration habits. Without water, gels sit in the stomach and ferment. Training the gut. Just like muscles adapt to running, your stomach adapts to fueling. If you only practice with water during training, gels on race day will be a shock to your system, causing that upset stomach. It's not weakness, it's just physiology. For vegetarians, there's another layer. Many commercial gels contain gelatin. This is for all you vegans out there, as well as vegetarians. That gelatin might be comprised of carmine, which is from insects, or animal derived additives. That means the most popular options aren't even on the table for vegetarians. Even when gels are vegetarian, relying exclusively on them is problematic. They provide carbs, but no protein, no antioxidants, and minimal electrolytes. For athletes trying to recover faster and stay healthy, that one note fueling strategy can leave a lot of gaps. Here's where it gets very exciting. Research shows there are vegetarian friendly gels and even whole food hacks that fuel endurance without wrecking your stomach. Here's a list of alternative all-natural gels to help endurance and performance. The number one is coconut-based gels. They are developed as natural alternatives. Coconut gels provide carbs, potassium, and medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs for short. Athletes using them improve endurance, performance, and glucose levels compared to commercial gels. Two is rice-based gels. Rice gels provide steady glucose release and are culturally familiar in many regions. A study showed rice gels improve blood glucose control and maintain endurance performance. Three is jujube matcha gels. A newer development, jujube matcha gels bring antioxidants into the mix. Athletes consuming them had longer time to exhaustion and added recovery benefits. The fourth is DIY vegetarian fuel hacks. If you don't want to purchase performance gels, natural or otherwise, you can create your own. Some tried and true vegetarian fueling alternatives include these: dates with a pinch of salt, they're pure glucose and electrolytes. Mashed sweet potatoes in a pouch, they're steady carbs plus micronutrients. Banana with chia seeds, fast sugar plus fiber and omega 3s. Homemade rice cakes, popular with cyclists, sticky rice, honey, and a touch of nut butter. These options are real food, digestible, and customizable to your stomach. Knowing alternatives is one thing, using them effectively is another. Here's how you can use these performance items successfully. Number one strategy is you need to train your stomach. Practice with the fuel you use on race day. If that's dates or rice gels, use them during long training runs to teach your stomach what to expect. Strategy number two, balance carbs and fluids. Don't squeeze gels or eat dates without water. Pairing carbs with hydration ensures absorption. Strategy number three, mix it up. Alternative gels with real food, maybe one gel, then 30 minutes later, half a banana. That prevents sugar overload. Strategy number four, individualize it. Test what works for your body. During training, some runners thrive on coconut gels. Others prefer rice. There's no one size fits all here. And if you want to make all of this easier, not just on race day, but every day, that's exactly why I created the Vegetarian Protein Playbook. It gives you a clear framework for hitting your protein goals on plants. And for the full blueprint, strategies, meal plans, race nutrition, recovery, everything you need, my 100-page Vegetarian Strong guide lays out the entire system. Both are linked below in this video. Energy gels are not evil. They work beautifully for some athletes, but they don't work for everyone. And if you're a vegetarian, the options narrow even more. You don't need to rely on them. That is the most wonderful news here. You have alternatives: coconut gels, rice gels, antioxidant-rich gels, or even whole foods like dates and sweet potatoes. You have strategies: training your gut, balancing fluids, personalizing your fuel plan. Have some strategies during training to train your stomach, like balancing fluids. Personalizing your fuel plan during training will help you on race day. And when you approach fueling as a vegetarian athlete with creativity and flexibility, you not only avoid disaster, you perform better. Energy gels might be a magic bullet for some, but for others, they're a stomach bomb waiting to happen. Don't assume what works for your training partner will work for you. Test, personalize, and don't be afraid to use vegetarian alternatives that align with your body and your values. Because whether you're running, cycling, or pushing an endurance limit, strength doesn't come from a silver packet. Strength comes from plants and from knowing how to use them to fuel your body the right way. I'll see you in the next video.